And now for the Young Initiative Award. This award recognises an individual between the ages of 18 and 30 who is at the beginning of their career and has shown determination in their commitment to ocean conservation with a demonstrable impact.
And the winner is Minorities in Shark Science. Founded by 4 Black female shark scientists in 2020, Minorities in Shark Science aims to educate the public about the importance of sharks, as well as inspire women of colour to work in conservation science. Let's hear from the founders about how it works.
When founding MISS, my initial vision was that we were going to have a cool community of women and gender minorities of color in this field, networking and working together, and, workshops for upcoming scientists. But it's gone so far beyond that. We now are able to provide internships as well as the workshops. We do webinars for our upcoming scientists. We have outreach events for younger groups of people, and we have so much fun getting to learn about what everyone's doing and getting to know all of these amazing people that are in this community.
MISS is more than an organization. It's a movement. It is a group of 350 plus women and gender minorities of color saying, we are here, we matter, we do excellent work, and you are lucky to have us in this field.
MISS is so important to me for so many reasons. For one, it shows you the resilience of women and gender minorities of color to push through all of the crap that we've heard about what we should and shouldn't do, or what we can and cannot do. And the ability of us to just say, if you're not gonna let us in, we're gonna make space for ourselves and we're gonna show you what we're capable of, because I'm not gonna let you tell me what I'm capable of.
MISS relies very heavily on philanthropy and donations from others. And we really rely on the generosity of others, whether that be in-kind donations of services and equipment, boats, vessels, time, or whether it be monetary donations. These monetary donations are used to fund our programs, and all of these donations ensure that we can operate, because without these donations, MISS would not exist.
MISS is so much more than just an organization. MISS is a global community. MISS is the present and future of shark science. MISS is the representation that minorities deserve in science. And we really hope that you join us on our journey to change the face of shark science as we know it.
We caught up earlier today with Jasmine Graham, one of the founders. Welcome, Jasmine, and congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. And I thank you for this wonderful opportunity, and that you've selected MISS to receive this award. It means a lot.
Incredible. And we were also wondering I was wondering what came first, the sense of inclusivity or the sharks, because they're sort of equally as important, it seems.
Yeah, that's a really good question. For me, I've always grown up, fishing and everything with my dad. So there was always that interest in the ocean. And then that grew into a love of sharks when I got to college, and I met a college professor who invited me to work in his lab, and he worked on sharks. And so then as I started going into marine science and trying to get more involved with sharks, I realized that the culture of shark science was really, harmful to a lot of people. There's a lot of misogyny, there's a lot of racism, there's a lot of things like this involved in, just kind of existing in science in general, but particularly in shark science, which is kind of seen as this like macho guy wrestles shark situation that women and people of color aren't always super welcome in. For the American Elasmobranch Society, which is one of the largest scientific organizations for people that study sharks, they've had a history of sexism, racism, sexual harassment, things like that. And so there's a lot of people who specifically don't go and participate in that scientific society because they don't feel safe to do so. And that society is about 550 people. And in 2019, which is the last time we had a conference, I was the only Black person in the entire scientific society. And so, they were like, oh, well, it's because people aren't interested in sharks, yada, yada, yada. And so that's kind of where this came out of I felt isolated and I felt like I didn't belong in the space. And then the first time in 2020 when I met my co-founders online on Twitter, that was the first time that I had seen people that looked like me that did what I did. And it's one of those situations where you don't know how thirsty you are. If you're in a desert, you have no idea how thirsty you are until you have that first drop of water. And I was really thirsting for community in a way that I didn't even understand how isolated I felt until I knew that I wasn't alone. And so that's really what we have wanted to give to everyone. And we owe the success of MISS to all of those people that have joined us, all of those people who previously had, felt like their voices weren't being heard, like they didn't belong, and they came to our space because they trusted us. And that means a lot for someone that has been discriminated against to say, this space feels safe and this is where I want to go. And this is the community I want to be a part of. These are the folks that I want to collaborate with. So our success is in part to them and also in part to all of our supporters, to people that, aren't necessarily part of our organization, but they are in the sphere of shark science and they acknowledge that it's a hurtful place and that we're trying to change that and we're trying to do good. And they say, I want to be involved. If you'll help us fix it, we will fix it. And so it's just been really beautiful to see everyone kind of come into this movement. It started out as we just wanted a community for people, and it turned into, this massive movement to really change how shark science is viewed in, the general public, how it's viewed for people trying to come up in science, making sure that people know that, hey, you're welcome in this space and you're welcome to do your science. No matter what you look like or who you are, anyone can be a scientist, and everyone should be allowed to do that without feeling unsafe or feeling unwelcome.
Your success is incredible. You now have how many people involved?
We have 465 members representing over 30 countries, and we have almost every U.S. state and territory represented as well. I'd like to thank all of the people that helped us get here. Of course, our members, our friends of MISS, Field School, one of our first partners and our fiscal sponsor for our first year, Atlantic White Shark Conservancy, Love the Oceans, Bimini Shark Lab, and all of the other organizations that have been involved, New College of Florida, Havenworth Coastal Conservation, our donors, and everyone that follows us on social media, shares our posts, and sends us words of encouragement.
Well done, Miss. It's quite a structure you've built there.
Definitely, yes. Takes a village.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. It's completely fascinating, and we really look forward to watching your progress over the next few years. Really huge congratulations.
I think you've scored an immense success. This will resonate across the world if it isn't doing so already. It's an incredibly impressive achievement, and I can't see that you're going to stop now. So congratulations. We're in awe of what you've achieved.
Thank you very much. That means a lot.